Hey guys, it's Sammy. I'm going to be joined here by Cryo and Denya. We're going to be giving you an overview of Jett, and basically what her job is in a team environment, how to play her at a low level as well as a high level. We'll give you some tips and tricks. To start off, we're just going to go ahead and say that Jett is a duelist. Basically, your job is kind of open up the map, find those entry kills, and kind of create space and open up rounds for your team.
So getting into her first ability here, her dash, you get it for free at the start of every round, and it resets after you get 2 kills. So this is her main ability that allows her to be so aggressive, because she can look for any duel that she wants, and even if she whiffs, she can dash out for free if she feels pressured by any util. The next ability here is her Updraft. You can get up to 2 per round. Now this allows her to play more uncommon angles that the enemy is less likely to pre-aim, which sets her up for easier frags. And it really adds to her mobility in general. Her last ability here is her smokes. You can get up to 3 per round, and they last for about 4.5 seconds. Now the cool thing about these are you can control them with your cursor if you hold down your smoke key. So you can smoke off angles for your teammates while in cover.
Talking about the blade storms, so when to use, I generally like to save my blades for eco rounds because that's where you get the most value out of them, in my opinion. You can turn around a round all by yourself, you can get the early pick. I don't necessarily recommend going for strictly blades when you can afford an op or a rifle, simply because I mean, it just makes little sense to unless you're a cracked, Jett dagger player. That's something I don't really go for unless I have to. It all depends on the player and the situation.
Right now I'm going to go over how to play Jett on attack side more. So the main role of a duelist is kind of looking for engagements around the map, opening up the round, creating space for your team, and kind of creating chaos around the map, and having the defenders rotate around you. So that way you kind of control the pace of the game. So right here, a choke point would be tree. And these choke points are usually heavily defended. So right here, we're gonna have a SoaR be defending this. And an impact frag in the round would be securing this choke point and kind of taking that space, whether it's by yourself or with your teammates. So if I'm walking in a tree, looking for a kill, and I find this kill on the SoaR, now I have all of this control here. And that's gonna be really good for my teammates in the round. I can relay a lot of info as to who's on a site, who's rotating from CT, etc. All right, like I just talked about, kind of creating space for your team and getting through those choke points. What you're going to want to do mainly as Jett when you're entering a site for your team, there's obviously a lot of angles you have to clear and everything like that. And this choke point right here is very deadly, especially if they have a lot of utility, shock darts, mollies coming in when you're trying to take the site with your team. So what you're going to want to do that's very effective is use your smoke anywhere like this. That's kind of close to you. And you can dash into that smoke. And while you're doing that, you can actually look to your right. And that's going to clear all these close angles for you as well. And this is going to create a lot of space for your team and give you a lot of good info. Because if someone is on the right, they can all come out, kill this guy. You can come with the smoke, kill the guy on the right as well. Also, it kind of just gets through this initial choke point, this initial point of contact here with this SoaR, so that his crosshair, instead of being right here the whole time, shooting people coming out of main, he's going to be a little wary of the Jett and the smoke that dash into sight, right?
The second phase is the mid round. This is what separates, a Jett opper versus a really good Jett opper. Somebody who can identify when to aggress mid round, where to aggress, and how to counter the team. After the initial utility is gone, people are still defaulting, hopefully, and this is where you will make your play based on the information you have, and you would aggro mid round. So this could include, going for solo peaks, right? And or using utility like a SoaR dart or a drone, and going for that peak, say off of re-aggressing a long after the sucks with a dart or a drone. Or if they have no opper, this is where you'd want to go kind of solo, in a sense where you're not tossing any utility, you're not letting the enemy team know, hey, like you might be pushing behind the drone. No, you're kind of just walking behind, scoped in, trying to get a kill, dash away. So this type of re-aggression is what yields the most amount of kills for a good opper, and that's you're gonna be your primary tool against better teams that try and hard counter you. Another thing to keep in mind is if you do get that, either you get an early kill, or you get that mid-round regression, and the team is playing pretty slow, it's very important to reposition. Keep the team guessing. You don't want to play the same angles. You don't want to take the same fights, obviously. So that's very important.
Okay, next up, I'm going to talk a little bit about Jett with the operator more specifically. So the Op is a very strong weapon, costs 5,000 credits, 1 shot, 1 kill, unless you hit them in the legs. That's going to give you a really good man advantage early on, especially on the defender side. And what I mean by that is you can take so many angles early. So for example, A main, I'm going to have the Op in my hand. I'm going to come peek at the start of the round, and since I get here before the attackers, I'm just going to be scoped in on the angle. And once I see someone walk into my crosshair, I get a free kill. If I need to, I can dash out just like this. But most of the time you won't really have to, especially in an angle like that. You can kind of just walk away and get that free kill. To add on to taking your aggressive duels early, especially with the Op, if I'm holding this angle in A main, I have the A main the entire round. So I can constantly relay to my team that A main is clear. Maybe I reposition a wine over here and I stay scoped in on this angle. If they ever come A main during the round, I'm going to have a free kill. And again, with that dash, if I do get a kill here, I can shoot, dash away, and I'm safe completely. They can't get that trade off, right? So you don't always have to be, you know, running around the map like crazy. Part of it as well is just being in these advanced positions like A main here and wine, and just holding this angle for the entire round. Another reason why the Op is so strong, not only as a weapon in general, but on Jett specifically, is repositioning with it. So I'm going to go ahead and peek A main here, right? And as I peek A main, I'm going to dash away. I get that kill on the Sova. I smoke them off so nobody can see me anymore. I'm going to reposition just like that in literally 2 seconds. I'm back in heaven and I rescope in and I get another kill. So Jett anchoring any site with the Op is very scary because of how much mobility and utility she has for herself and how many angles she can take. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope we can help your Jett gameplay a little bit. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any uploads. Comment down below what you guys want to see next from us. And until next time, we'll see you.